And I have been able to enter a luminous elder path. It's not streets strewn with gold, but a path of wisdom, information, of ideas to stay happy and hopeful in times when many of us who've gone over the age of 50 and definitely over the age of 60 are saying, how long can these circles continue to happen? And being amazed at the lack of love in our world today. And that brings us back to the topic of love and work. And that's why I do this work. Because believe me, I'm not getting wealthy from it. And I was actually thinking about not doing this anymore, except that the resources kept coming up. Substack making it a click to create a live. And the continued seeing of despair and depression and anger. And we who say we are on the side of light and truth and joy and compassion cannot succeed in that goal, in those goals, while holding and expressing the same anger and hatred of those who are inflicting harm to others. I know it is extremely difficult to do. And I know if you have any sensitivity and empathy, you can feel the pain, the grief, the sorrow that through generations can turn into hatred. So, my work is to say, let's stop, take a breath, and look at where you are at this moment in time and what is the work that you do that you love to do. No, I love to tell stories and I love to talk. I wasn't born this way. I'm not an actress. I didn't grow up as a child performing for audiences. I do remember the first time I did a speech, I was told to look above the audience. So I told a speech talking like this, looking above everyone. But I was complimented and continued. And so that's why I am here now in my 7th decade of life, having to support myself and my family, because we're artists, me and my husband, and writers and thinkers. And I'm also what many people don't know. I'm a coach. I actually have worked and helped people working in corporations and jobs. And in this process, I learned a lot about what I really have to offer people. And that's what I have developed calling the luminous elder path. And the foundation of the luminous elder path, of course, is love, the transformative power of love. Because I define love as much more than what we've grown up through our fantasies and our stories and our movies, most of which come from a male perspective. I see love from a female yin, generative, caring, creative perspective. And that's why I'm doing the projects I'm doing. That's why we have the transformative power of love celebration of Global Love Day on May 1st and the luminous Elder Path, which is an invitation only process and transition into wisdom and living a long life. Now, if anyone here wants to make a comment or share something about the work you do that you love, you can, I don't know how to add you as a guest. Maybe you could chat and say you want to be added as a guest. And there's a, what do you call it, an icon here where I could add you as a guest. Otherwise, I am so grateful for you dropping by. It makes me feel good. I feel part of the reason I'm hesitant to do lives is because I don't attend lives and I feel pretty badly a little bit. Um, but I'm glad, therefore, that you all have dropped by. I would love for you to share the word, spread the word, let people know. I'm doing these lives on Wednesdays through this month. Then I'm going to see what I'll do after the first week of May, which is the launch, actually the relaunch of the Transformative Power of Love site. And we're opening with an event, and I have 3 other speakers so far. I may have more, I may not, but we already have 3 presentations I've made over the past few weeks. There are more coming, and after May 8th, the site becomes a video library. And while I'm speaking, if you are a writer, a dancer, a teacher, a researcher, a blogger, a podcast interviewer, you're welcome to submit a participation form. Because if you get this invitation from me, it's like I know you, even though we haven't met. You've come to me most likely, as most of my members and followers have come to me from Scott Dworkin's newsletter, which I read every day because it makes me feel good, because he's the most positive person I've met online, even through these bad times. He always finds quickly and with good spirit. So if anyone is interested in participating in this transformative power of love video library, it's set up for presentations 10 to 30 minutes long. And it's also a way of people who have an online business or have a book published to publicize it, and it costs you nothing. And once I get to a certain number, it will actually have a subscription fee, and you can be an affiliate. And this has become a little bit more advertising than I planned, but I did plan to talk about my work, the work I love doing, and the work I would love to have more collaborators with and more paid subscribers. So, thank you for listening. It's been a pleasure talking to all of you. If you know anyone who fits my ideal client persona, a person who's achieved success outwardly, but is getting older, thinking about deeper meanings, a legacy, and what to do with the rest of their life, refer them to me, please. Until next week, or if you want to come Saturday, I'll be talking about the spiritual aspect of love, which will be fun. And that link will be added below this video. Until next week, may your days be filled with joy and beauty and gratitude and love. And remember to breathe deeply, smile, and be grateful.